back to the grind with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters, full-time MMA. And this is actually interesting. I actually do like this. Here's some MMA news for y'all, besides that Jorge Masvidal shit. But what I'll say is, after this, I'm gonna be starting to clean out my garage and stuff, and there's a bunch of stuff in there from that garage sale I had a while back that we're probably gonna donate to the DAV, some clothes and shit. But we gotta clear some space so I can put the stuff from my mom's old room where she's moving out and shit to in the garage, so I can turn that into the studio. So I'll probably be doing that shit on Snapchat while me and my brother are working on it. But this will be the last news just for now, just for a little while. I'll probably get back to it a little bit later. I do have work tomorrow, so it is what it is. But let's get to the news. Vitor Belfort calls out Kelvin Gastelum. Also Derrick Brunson. He said he wants a rematch with Kelvin Gastelum. I'm fine with, actually I'm fine with Vitor Belfort versus Derrick Brunson. I don't want to see Vitor Belfort versus Kelvin again, because that fight really wasn't that close. Kelvin Gastelum smoked Vitor Belfort, knocked him out. It was only overturned. It's only a no contest because Kelvin Gastelum had some weed in his system and some marijuana. He was smoking some marijuana, and Kelvin Gastelum actually came out and said that shit was a false positive. Someone was telling me on he thinks the Brazilians were fucking with him over in Brazil. He said that on the UFC Unfiltered podcast I heard. I haven't listened to it yet. I'll probably listen to that at work. But so Kelvin Gastelum thinks there was some foo-foo shit going on over in Brazil, so he probably definitely ain't gonna give him that rematch. But Derrick Brunson, though, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Derrick Brunson's a middleweight. What I want from Kelvin Gastelum is I want Kelvin Gastelum to hook up with Mike Dolce or one of these nutritionists and get down to 170 healthily. They had the little UFC on Fox Embedded before this, and it was showing Kelvin Gastelum's mom and such, and how she does like a bunch of real, like, authentic Mexican cooking, and that shit was looking delicious. And that explains, especially, you know, if you're somebody that really, you know, not all the way a mama's boy, but if you love your mom a lot and you love her cooking and shit, you know it's hard to say no to your fucking mom when it's like, come on, you know, eat, son. And it looked like they definitely ate good. So, and on top of that, he's a weed smoker. That gives his ass the munchies, most likely. He's probably cutting weight, smokes a blunt, or a bong, or a pipe, or a joint, whatever the hell. He smokes some dope, and he gets the munchies. He gets a bag of Cheetos during the weight cut. Boom, misses weight. He might fuck around and go for a buffet during the weight cut, miss weight by 10 pounds like he did versus Tyron Woodley. But it doesn't matter, man. He's young. He's still only 25. Kelvin Gastelum, I'm actually more of a fan after his loss to Chris Weidman of him than I am before, because it just showed me he had a man on deck. He's a real fighter, warrior's heart. Fucking he'll go in there versus the bigger man and take the L if he needs to, but he still set Chris Weidman on his ass. The bigger, he almost fucking, if he would have beat Chris Weidman, my mind would have been blown, because it's like, I feel like this dude's a welterweight. He should be whooping ass at welterweight, and here he comes up to middleweight, just fucking everybody up. First he went on, beat Tim Kennedy, you know, Vitor Belfort, one other older guy. And then if he would have came out and set Chris Weidman on his ass, it's like, even though he probably wants to fight at 170, he's getting too many wins at middleweight. But he did lose to Chris Weidman, so I'm fine with him dropping back down to 170. I just hope he can get his discipline and his diet right, which I think he can, man. He's a young dude. Maybe he can go up to middleweight a little bit later in his career. Maybe, man. But Chris Weidman looked way bigger than Kelvin Gastelum out there when they were doing the stare down and everything. He just looked like a fucking way bigger man. And that's why Chris Weidman won. He was able to just fucking hold him down and try and, oh fuck, dude, I still feel the same way. I had a few people upset. Oh, how dare you, Chris Weidman? Man, I'm just not. I'm not gonna get back into that. But Vitor Belfort, though, this is about Vitor Belfort. Now, this is what he had to say. I was supposed to fight Derrick Brunson last year and again on September 9th. Twice the UFC offered me this fight, and weeks later that he's not available. I don't know what that means. After that, they offered me a beginner as an opponent to fight in Canada. I don't know what's happening, but if Derrick Brunson can't fight, Kelvin Gastelum, let's erase the no contest from our cards. I don't care about your fight result tonight. I'm ready to fight. Let's do it again. Then he says some stuff in Brazil, and it's probably just repeating the same thing. But so I'm fine with that. I mean, actually, I'm not. I'm fine with the Derrick Brunson fight. Now, I don't understand what's going on with that. I definitely don't think Derrick Brunson is turning down the Vitor fight at all. I think Derrick Brunson would jump on that opportunity. Maybe the UFC doesn't want that fight, Vitor versus Derrick Brunson, but Derrick Brunson, man, he's a sleeper too, in my opinion. I like Derrick Brunson. He's a cool dude, man, and he was on a long first round knockout spree, 6 or 7 fight knockout, first round knockout spree. 5 or 6. Whenever he went in there to fight Robert Whitaker, he was trying to continue that spree, got a little crazy against Robert Whitaker and got his own self knocked out. But that was just a knucklehead error. Like, you know, he was just trying to get that another fight bonus, another first round knockout, he was just trying to be really impressive, so he went in there and got set down. But I'm still a fan of Derrick Brunson. So I'm fine with the Derrick Brunson Vitor Belfort fight for sure. Now, as far as the Vitor Kelvin fight goes into, I think I've went into it a little bit, but yeah, I don't really want to see that because Kelvin Gastelum, it wasn't really a close fight the first time. It's only a no contest because Kelvin Gastelum smoked weed, and maybe Vitor Belfort's feeling a little confident because he just seen Kelvin go in there and get choked out by a bigger dude, so maybe he's just gonna try and wrestle. I'm sure there's gonna be a few middleweights that come in there and they're like, all right, this guy's a welterweight, let's just try and wrestle fuck him now. Let's just follow the Chris Weidman game plan and don't cut and just try and be the bigger man. So that's why I want to see Kelvin go back down to 170. I think he'll do some work at 170. I'm fine with just all these matchups. Kelvin Gastelum versus Jorge Masvidal, Kelvin Gastelum versus Damian Maia, Kelvin Gastelum versus Wonder Boy, Kelvin Gastelum versus any of these 170 pounders, Tyron Woodley, all of them. Again, even though Tyron Woodley already beat him when he was 10 pounds heavier, that was in the past. Who knows, man? He wouldn't get an immediate title shot at Tyron Woodley anyway, or Damian Maia, whoever wins that fight. I'm leaning toward Tyron, you know that. Well, you might. So I would rather see Kelvin Gastelum go back down to 170 and then see if we can get Vitor Belfort versus Derrick Brunson. And that's all I got to say on this, man. It is what it is. I'm about to get to work, do some shit, get some stuff organized. Follow me on Snapchat. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I usually don't say that shit. I might as well start. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Thumbs up. Fucking tame these trolls. Let the hitters know what the fuck you tell me in the comments. Dude. So a pirate walks into a bar with a steering wheel on his pants, a peg leg, and a parrot on his shoulders. The bartender says, "Hey, you've got a steering wheel on your pants." And the pirate says, "Arrgh, I know, it's driving me nuts."